Yo, what's going on everybody? My name is Kivero Music. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and today's tutorial is going to be on how to make vocal harmonies. Alright guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Sorry if I've been away for a while, but I just want to give a quick shout out to Shurs. Correct me if I'm wrong on how I said your username, but he commented on my how to mix vocals like a pro video. He commented on how I did those high-pitched sounding vocals when I was playing the demo on that video. So today we're gonna be doing just that. And so I did grab a splice vocal, so this is gonna be the vocal that we're gonna be working with, and this is how it sounds like.
You got my heart, nobody gonna take it over. You got my soul, nobody gonna tell me different.
Alright, so the vocal it's a really good high quality sounding vocal, and that's what you guys want to do. Is you guys want to have a good sounding vocal, and I do recommend using Splice if you're a music producer. It's really worth the money, and I really do recommend it. And also I do want to add on to that for this tutorial you are going to need a plugin called Little Altar Boy by Sound Toys. That's going to be what's going to give us those kind of harmony, harmonized vocals. So that is a plugin you are going to need. So alright, so since we do have our vocal already set and ready to go, what we want to do is we want to drag the vocal into a mixer channel. So we're just going to route it right here. And once you have it there, from this point on, I'm just going to copy the steps that I had on my how to mix vocals like a pro video. So I'm just going to copy those exact same steps, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I am back. I just did the steps. So all I did is I added a parametric EQ, removed some of the unnecessary low end. Sorry if I kind of stop. It's because my voice is kind of rusty right now. Haven't done this in a while. But anyways, so I added an EQ, just removed some of the unnecessary low end, and then I added another one. I kind of remove some of the mids. And if you guys want to learn on how I did this mixing for the vocal, just go ahead and check out the video in the description. It's gonna show you on the steps that I did to make the vocal sound like they do on here. So I just removed some of the low mids, and high mids. And so the reason for that is because I'm gonna be opening up the vocals a little bit more, just so it could sound a little bit more stereo. Now I added a fruity reverb, and the reason why I added this is just so it could give the vocals a little bit more atmosphere and a little bit more body to it. And then last but not least, I added a fruity stereo enhancer, and I used a preset called 4 strings. And all I did is I just messed with the separation, the stereo separation, and I personally put it like around 56%, because that's just my personal taste and it sounds good. So with all the effects added, this is how the vocal sounds.
You got my heart, nobody gonna take it over. You got my soul, nobody gonna tell me different. You.
Alright, so that's how the vocals sound. It sounds really good. So now what we want to do is we want to clone the vocal, and I already did. It is right here, and so we're just gonna drag it at the bottom of vocal number 1. So now with the second vocal, what you want to do is you want to add it to a different mixer channel. There we go. And so I'm gonna be doing the same. Oh, one thing I did want to point out is that for vocal number 1, I did lower it to like -5.1 dB, just so it could have it could give the other vocals a little bit more space. So anyway, so what I'm gonna do with vocal number 2, I am gonna be copying the same steps of the first vocal, or or the steps from how to mix like a vocal, or how to mix vocals like a pro. I'm gonna be using those exact same steps, but I'm gonna be adding Little Altar Boy to this one. And what that's gonna do is we're gonna lower the pitch of this vocal. So I'm gonna go do that, and I'll be back. Alright, as you guys can see, I do have a EQ. Remove some of the low end. Opened up the vocal a little bit. I did take away more of the mids, low mids and high mids, just so we could give some instruments a chance to have a space in the spectrum. And then I did that, added some reverb, same thing, you know, around what, like 5:56 or 2.6 seconds of decay on the reverb. And we did add Little Altar Boy, and we brought down the format to -5. And so what that does, it's gonna give the the vocal a deeper sound. It's not gonna change the pitch nor the speed. It's just gonna change the way it sounds. It's not gonna sound like really squeaky or out of time. So this is how the vocal sounds. And the reason why I chose Little Altar Boy is because it does give a more cleaner pitch change compared to the knob that you could do right here. And also when you're changing the pitch, it'll keep it on key. Same thing going with Manipulator. You could use Manipulator, but again, I just pick Little Altar Boy because it could give you more. It's a cleaner sounding pitch. So this is how it sounds.
You come my heart, nobody gonna take it over. You come my soul, nobody gonna tell me different. You.
Alright, so that's how the second vocal sounds. And now we're gonna duplicate vocal number one more time. So you're just gonna go right click on vocal 1, clone, and then it's right here. This is our third vocal, and we're just gonna drag it here. Now what we're gonna do with this vocal, we're gonna route this to the same mixer channel that vocal 1 is on. We're just gonna keep the same effects on it. So there we go. As you can see, if we play it, it's on the same mixer channel. And so for this vocal, this third vocal, we're gonna be using it on the second part of the intro because we want to be able to bring enough energy for the second part. So and also it'll add a little bit more body to the second part and a little bit more energy. So what we're gonna do with this one, we're just gonna bring it up an octave, man. We're just gonna put the pitch all the way up, and just remember it is in the same mixer channel, so we don't really have to mess with any of the EQ or anything. So this is how it sounds. All right, so that's how it sounds, and this is what we're gonna be using for the second part of the intro. So all together, the vocals sound like this.
You come my heart, nobody gonna take it over. You come my soul, nobody gonna tell me different.
The vocals sound very good, and this is the reason why I really like layering vocals, is because you could get really creative and it could really differentiate from the original vocal, and it'll show some uniqueness to it. And so it is really important to experiment with your vocals, because if you just have one vocal like that, and it's just gonna sound empty in the mix. So that's basically it, honestly. It's pretty straightforward. You could try it if you don't have Little Altar Boy. You could mess around with the pitch for these, but it's just not gonna give you a clean pitch change, because I've tried it with this one and it just wouldn't work, because when I put it low, it'll change the key, and whenever I would want it where I want it, it'll just sound out of key and everything. And so that's why I'm using Little Altar Boy, because it'll change the pitch but keep it at the same key. So that's basically it, honestly. It's nothing hard, it's nothing complicated. The mixing part of the vocals, you guys could go check that out in the link in the description on how to mix your vocals like a pro. Go check that out first, and then you could start doing the the pitch change, the harmonies and everything after that. But yeah, guys, that's it. It's nothing hard, it's just straightforward. I just want to thank you guys so much for the amount of support you guys been showing throughout that video, and we got many more videos to come. And also shout out to Shurs once again for suggesting to make a tutorial on this kind of video. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for the suggestion. And if you guys have any other suggestions on what kind of videos you guys want to see, just go ahead and leave a suggestion in the comments. So that's basically it, guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know. But yeah, that's basically it, and I'm gonna show you on how the vocals sound all together when instruments are added to these vocals. So let's get right into it.
Nobody gonna take it over you, my soul.